What is up, guys? UFC Vegas 29 just went down yesterday. Pretty good event as far as official results. About 2 units, 1.69, I believe it was. Did okay. First fight of the night really hurt us. Laura Procopio. I know that fight hurt a lot of people. A lot of people were on Laura. And I don't know if it was because of the fact that O'Neal, I didn't really have high regards for O'Neal and her skill set. And on the other hand, I really like Laura Procopio, but as far as the matchup was concerned, I didn't think O'Neal would be much of a problem there either. But it turns out, man, her aggression, the way she just spazzes out and fucking insane amount of volume, constant movement, forward pressure, was enough to get the job done versus Laura. And Laura, after that first round, which I don't even think she won convincingly, to be honest with you guys, like I kind of scored round one for O'Neal. Um, So yeah, I mean, I think right from the go, I could tell it wasn't going to play out very well for Lara. Um, just the move, the way they're moving around, the way O'Neal was moving around, the way Laura looked entering the octagon. I'm not very superstitious, to be honest, but I kind of felt like my bet was fucked from the go, if I'm being completely honest with you. But going forward, I don't know. It's kind of like you can sit here and say Laura had an off night, but you got to give Casey O'Neill some credit. She looked way better than I thought she would, even in the first round, which a lot of people thought she lost that round. I thought even in that round she looked pretty fucking good. She looked better than what I thought she'd look. So her striking isn't bad. Her grappling is nonstop. Her forward aggression is nonstop. Her cardio looked amazing last night. And yeah, I think going forward, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to put a pin on her. So yeah, we'll see. But post fight matchmaking, I don't know if I should do that in a separate segment or I guess right after I'm talking about the fights. Anyways, I had 3 units on Procopio at minus 140. Started off the night with a big L right there. I kind of don't know what went wrong. Like I said, Laura didn't look very good, but you got to give credit to Casey O'Neill. So, who I'd like to see Casey O'Neill fight next in the flyweight division at 125? She kind of reminds me in a way of Maria Agapova. So, I kind of like that fight. Maria Agapova, they both sort of nonstop, in your face kind of styles. So, I don't mind that fight. Another one, Jillian Robertson. That'd be a pretty interesting clash of styles. Um, who knows? I mean, I didn't think O'Neal was going to look to take down Procopio, but she had no problem doing it. Let's see how good the top game. Let's see how good her jiu-jitsu really is against someone like Jillian Robertson. I think both are fun fights. Agapova's coming off a loss. Robertson, I think, too, is coming off a loss. Maybe I should have given her someone coming off a win. But regardless, I think those are both good fights. I like Agapova versus Casey O'Neill, to be honest. That'd be a great fight. Next fight of the night, we had. Let me go ahead and put it on the fucking screen. Next fight of the night, we had Rick Glenn versus Joaquim Silva. Pretty funny fight. I enjoyed it. Um, 37 knockout by Rick Glenn. I mean, I said in my breakdown, guys, Joaquim Silva defensively flawed. He goes in there, wings hooks. He doesn't give a fuck. He just goes sometimes, and he leaves that chin wide open. That's exactly what he did. Rick Glenn just took advantage, and he knocked him out in 37 seconds. I had 1 unit on the under, 2.5 rounds at plus 170. I felt like a genius, and I obviously felt like I should have put more. And I don't even think it was really a mean finish. It was in a way, but it wasn't because Joaquin Silva does that all the fucking time. He wings those hook, real fucking loopy, and if you just fucking zone in, keep your eye on the target, and don't fucking try and avoid the strikes and try to counter off of that, there's openings there. So, I mean, Rick Glenn, perfect execution, took advantage of that suspect defense. Post fight matchmaking, Rick Glenn, 37 seconds of fight time. He can get in there next week. He said it himself. Currently, Guram Kudaladze is fighting Don Madge on a fight night, July 17th. Don Madge has 3 or 4 straight canceled fights. So maybe Rick Glenn could be a replacement there. Don Madge been pulling out of fights, canceled fights, bad luck recently. One to keep your eye on. Or the fight I really like for Rick Glenn at this point, Jamie Malarkey. I think that's a banger of a fight. Put those boys in the small cage and let them settle their differences in that small cage. Josh Parisian versus Roque Martinez. Very funny, very fun fight. I could not have been more off as far as a read is concerned for the fight. If I'm being completely fucking honest with you, there was nothing sharp about my read in this fight. And that happens sometimes in a low level fucking fight between heavyweights. Like, just don't go near them. I said it myself pre-fight. Like, why would you go near this fight? And turns out I was right. Like, that part I will say I was right about. But as far as my read, I thought Parisian was going to get off to the fast start and he would start to slow down. But we had Roque Martinez come out fast, guns blazing, and he looked amazing in that first round, but he kind of slowed down. He kind of emptied the clip a little bit. He got a second win in round 3, but I think Roque after that round 1, I believe it was like minus 275. And Parisian caught a second win before Roque. So it was a weird fight. I thought it was a robbery, if I'm being completely honest with you. Roque deserved that fight. Rounds 1 and 3 were his. Parisian did absolutely fucking nothing in round 3. And yeah, I mean, I guess I did a post-fight matchmaking for Josh Parisian, but it shouldn't be. He shouldn't have been the winner. So maybe Roque Martinez versus Chris Barnett. Chris Barnett's coming off a loss to a couple weeks ago, Ben Rothwell. That's a pretty banger heavyweight fight. Roque Martinez versus Chris Barnett. And then you could do Josh Parisian versus Jargis Danho. Danho's coming off a knockout over Yorgan De Castro about a month ago. That would be where I matchmake those two guys. And next fight, Chaos Williams versus Matt Semmelsberger. I thought Semmelsberger won the fight, guys. Stats will probably tell you differently. Optics will probably tell you differently as far as like who was pressuring, who was throwing more strikes. But I thought Semmelsberger landed more effective strikes throughout. A lot of Chaos Williams' punches were missing or landing on his arms or gloves and forearms. I honestly thought Semmelsberger won the fight. But round 1, certainly Chaos Williams won. And I think that kind of deterred Semmelsberger, kind of messed with his confidence as far as output is concerned. He felt that power early. I believe he got his nose broken in that first round. And I kind of expected a little bit more volume from Semmelsberger. I think Chaos Williams is kind of predictable if you know what you're dealing with going into the fight. If you kind of just say, fuck it, let's go, like that's how Chaos Williams is going to catch you. But I thought Semmelsberger was faster. He had more variety on offense, and he was longer, like I said, faster, and he just wasn't using the tools to get the job done. So I like Chaos Williams versus Randy Brown. I think that'd be a sick fight. Chaos Williams versus Carlston Harris. Carlston Harris coming off a win over Christian Aguilera, I believe. Or this is probably the best one, D-Rod, Daniel Rodriguez versus Chaos Williams. I think that's another great fucking fight. All 3 of those fights are fucking awesome. Let's see if Chaos Williams is a real deal. Step up in competition would be Randy Brown or Daniel Rodriguez. So that's what I got for that one. Oh, and I had the under 1.5 rounds. A lot of people were playing the over. Kind of understood it, but at the same time, I didn't because I thought Semmelsberger was gonna go out there and just look to entertain. That was my quote on him going into that fight. It was like, I prioritize entertainment over winning, and that's his kind of style. But I took plus 120 on the under 1.5 rounds for that fight. 1.5 units. Honestly, they both were throwing really fucking hard. Semmelsberger in that first round was like a hair away from landing a huge right hook on several occasions. And Chaos Williams hits really fucking hard, and Semmelsberger took it. So I don't know. I guess I kind of expected more volume from Semmelsberger, in which case the under 1.5 round had a better chance. But Chaos Williams touched him pretty good in that first round, and I think that kind of killed the under. Let's go back to the next fight. Crap. Okay, next fight was Verna Jandiroba versus Kanuka Murata. I had 2.5 units on Jandiroba at minus 140. Probably the play of the night, to be honest. I think she got as low as minus 130 in this fight. And she was minus 290 after round one, which I thought was fucking stupid. I thought she probably should have been like minus 700 at that point. At that point, I did not know that Murata's arm was fucked up the way it was, but I did see her eye, and I thought her eye was swollen shut. So I literally took the max they'd give me as far as risk or win amount on Bovada live after round one, because I honestly thought it wasn't even going to get to round two. I thought they were going to stop the fight in between rounds. So I was just like, minus 290, that makes no sense. She should be a huge favorite at this point. And obviously, I thought she won the first round. It's fucking terrible that, who was it, Adelaide Bird, who scored round one for Murata? Pretty fucking stupid. Judging is going to be judging. It's going to continue to be bad. But anyways, yeah, the second round, I think it became apparent to Chris Tononi, the fucking idiot, that her arm was fucked up and it was clearly not okay. And Jandiroba just steamrolled her in that second round as well. I feel bad for the people that had submission Jandiroba. I know a lot of people were saying submission over money line. And, I mean, it should have been a win. But at the same time, she did not tap. I believe she was grimacing. Her face was like, but I think you can't call the fight at that point. If you're just grimacing, the referee has to verbally hear you scream, I think, or like make a noise to stop it for a submission win. So even if he did stop it in between rounds, and he saw the arm, I don't think it would have been a submission win. I think it would have been, I don't know what it would have been, but I don't think it would have been a submission win. So anyways, pretty unfucking lucky. I was on Craig's submission last week. Thank God I was not on Jandiroba's submission this week. That's just fucking insane. I don't even know what to tell you if you were on those both weeks. But Verna Jandiroba, I think, looked amazing out there. Jandiroba versus Michelle Watterson. Let's get Michelle Watterson out of these rankings. Never mind. Jandiroba versus Michelle Watterson. Let's get Watterson out of the fucking rankings. And let's get Jandiroba a big fight. Nick Negamorano versus Alexa Kamer. Stupid fight. Honestly, Nick kind of impressed me. His forward pressure, his defense was awful. I mean, both of these guys' defense are awful, but he just kept coming. And I don't know why it was split. I thought it was pretty clearly 29-28 for Negamorano. So, yeah, I don't know. Obviously, the potential wasn't ever there for Kamer. He once again drops the ball on a guy who he should have beat. And post-fight matchmaking, I think I like Carlos Ulberg City Kickboxing training partner Izzy. I like him to face Nick Negromonte next. I think that's a great fight. And then we have Matt Brown versus Diego Lima. Diego Lima was minus 575 after round one. And I believe someone told me he was minus 650 seconds before he got KO'd. I think I would think I was on the wrong side of this fight. I had an official bet on the under 2.5 rounds. And I took it at plus money, plus 110. But realistically, after that first round and the way Lima was being evasive and the way he was kind of ducking the fight and just trying to outpoint Matt Brown and probably take the path of least resistance, which is smart. Don't get me wrong, it's smart. But I hated Lima last night before the KO, of course. I was just like, fuck, man, my under is done. I knew it was done. I was just like, I'm praying on a leg kick TKO. And it's just like, how often does that fucking happen? But Matt Brown did what he needed to do, man. He adjusted very well. He started putting the pressure on Lima. He finally started cutting him off. All that movement from Lima, it'll get you tired, man. The way you're on your back foot consistently the whole fight, it's going to get you tired. Matt Brown finally tracked him down, and he fucking knocked him out. So pretty impressive comeback from Matt Brown, to say the least. I got some really good fights for Matt Brown after this. He needs to ring me up. I'll send him the contract for these fights. Just sign the contract. We'll put him in that small cage at the Apex. If he wants to put on more violent fights, like he said, post-fight and pre-fight, he's got a lot left in him. Let's put on some more violent fights. Someone who's not going to run away from you, kick you in the leg, and try to get a decision win. Mike Perry versus Matt Brown is a fight I'm interested in. I believe it's Mike Perry's final deal on his contract. I honestly don't think it's a bad fight. I think the betting line would probably be pretty even for that fight, if I'm being honest with you. So yeah, I wrote down also Alex Morono versus Matt Brown and Francisco Trinaldo versus Matt Brown. But I like Mike Perry versus Matt Brown. I think that would be a huge fight. A lot of people would be excited about it. It'd be very violent, very, very violent. And I'd be very excited about that fight. So yeah, Mike Perry, answer my text. Matt Brown, answer my text. I'll send the contract over. Let's get that fight done. Bruno Silva versus Wellington Turman. A lot of people gave me shit, but as soon as I saw Turman in that first 20 seconds shoot for a takedown, I felt like that he was aside at that moment. Just his game plan and his mindset going into this fight, it was on par. It was perfect. It's exactly what you wanted to see if you had a bet on Turman. And some idiots obviously don't understand that because they don't do what we do. It's as simple as that. I thought Turman was minus 350 live 30 seconds before he got knocked the fuck out because his defense is horrible and he has not fixed that. But I guess that's just credit to Bruno Silva, man. He's a meme machine. Get what I did there? Meme machine. And yeah, as far as technical ability, I believe I said a pre-fight in the quick rundown I uploaded. As far as technical prowess, like Bruno Silva is not anything good, man. He's got a lot of power, and if he finds your chin, it could be over at any point. At 185, this dude's got a lot of power. He's a meme machine. Beware of Bruno Silva going forward. Kind of hard to put your finger on him. So, yeah. Post-fight, what do I got for Bruno Silva? Marc-Andre Barrio, I think that's a really good fight. Joaquin Buckley, I think that's an explosive fight. And another one, which is probably my favorite one, Julian Marquez. I think Julian Marquez versus Bruno Silva. Now that I think about it, all these fights that I'm suggesting are probably giving me like the violence vibes I like and the under 2.5. So the fight doesn't go to decision. That's my way of matchmaking. Julian Marquez versus Bruno Silva sounds like a hell of a fight in a small cage at the Apex. That's what I got. Okay, Song Woo Choi versus Jalen Rosa. Not much of a fight here. Choi just hits hard as fuck. He's big at 145. Jalen Rosa historically a little bit fragile. I had the under. No, I didn't have the under. I had the fight doesn't go to decision because I thought maybe there was a good chance that Rosa late can get him out of there. But Song Woo Choi did exactly what he needed to, man. He looked crispy He looked crispy last night. Really good performance. I mean, he went out there and as a rising prospect, trying to show people you're for real and you got the goods. That's exactly what you're supposed to do to Julian Erosa. So yeah, he went out there, did exactly what he needed to do, and he looked fucking amazing. He looked extra crispy. And post-fight matchmaking. Oh, and I had fight doesn't go to decision. Plus 100, even money. I thought that was fucking stupid. I had it for 2 units. Very happy with the play there. Post-fight matchmaking. Don't come at me for this one, but I do love Song Woo Choi versus the man who claims he can't get a fight and no one wants to fight him. I guarantee you Song Woo Choi ain't backing down from Giga Chikadze. What do you think? I think that's a great fight. Striker's delight. Choi ain't going to go for a takedown. Giga probably don't even know what a takedown is. So, yeah, I think that's a striker's delight. Can Song Woo Choi beat Giga? I don't know, man. It's a fun fight, though. It's one that I kind of like. I don't know. I think Giga's obviously the rightful favorite in that fight, but Song Woo Choi is huge, man, and I don't think he's going to be backing down to Giga Chikadze. So I like that fight. Another one, if you think Giga deserves a bigger fight, I'm going to go with Ludovic Klein versus Song Woo Choi. That's another great fight. Marlon Chito Vera versus David Grant. I had David Grant via decision at plus 500. I thought he was 30 seconds away from winning, from going up 2-0. I think the last 30 seconds in round 2, I think he went for some kind of submission. He lost position, and Marlon Vera just started raining elbows and ground and pound on him. And he pulled away in round 3 pretty decisively. But yeah, David Grant's fucking awesome, guys. And so is Chito Vera. Both of these guys are fucking amazing fighters. You look at their record, and you kind of scratch your head a little bit. But both these guys are for real, man. David Grant's a fucking warrior. Chito Vera's a fucking warrior, and they should be in the UFC forever, fighting every weekend. Selfishly, that's what I want. But yeah, Marlon Chito Vera versus Dominic Cruz. Dominic Cruz was talking shit to Marlon Chito Vera's boy all night. Bisping, he was talking shit to Bisping all night. Marlon Vera didn't like it. Marlon Chito Vera called out Dominic Cruz. Where you at, Dom? I think that's a great fight. Sergey Spivak versus Alexei Oleinik. Pretty funny fight. I thought I was calling Oleinik fragile all pre-fight, and I thought Augusta Win could have took him out. He actually showed a pretty good chin, but I think that speaks more to Spivak's lack of stopping power. He's throwing pillows around in there if you can't get Alexei Oleinik out of there at this point. It was honestly pretty unimpressive win from Spivak. He did what he needed to do. He lost the round, but very unimpressive. Spivak versus Marcos Rogerio de Lima is my post-fight matchmaking. And Chan Sung Jung versus Dan Ige, man, Korean Zombie shut him down. I said it was a pick and fight for a reason. It did not look like a pick and fight. Right away, Chan Sung Jung showed he was more versatile. He showed he had Dan Ige's number on the feet. Only round was kind of questionable was that 5th round. And but yeah, Chan Sung Jung, man, going for takedowns, grappling, that jiu-jitsu, and now a black belt in jiu-jitsu. I think where did he move for this camp? He was with a new camp, and I believe he was with them for quite a while. And that they said that was the game plan going in. Mix it up, take Dan Ige down, and man, I like this Korean Zombie, a smart Korean Zombie as opposed to firefight Korean Zombie. Watch out, man. I dig it. TKZ talking about Max Holloway, no punching power. Guess what? Max Holloway already has a fight. Yair Rodriguez. I'd love to see that fight, but Holloway's got Rodriguez next. You want to know someone who does have punching power? Korean Zombie? Josh Emmett. Where's Josh Emmett at? I think he's coming off an injury against Shane Burgos, but I think that's a really sick fight. Josh Emmett, I believe, is only 2 spots away in the rankings from Korean Zombie, so think that's a sick fight, Josh Emmett versus Korean Zombie. Or what you could also do, a lot of people are talking about Jiga. I talked about Jiga earlier. They think he's ready for that next level. Jiga versus Korean Zombie. I think that's another great fight. Like I said, he's claiming no one wants to fight him. No one wants to sign the contract. Korean Zombie, hand Jiga his first loss, and it's going to be via submission. I think that's a great fight. Quickly, let me go over my bets again real quick. I think I might have missed one. 2.5 Werner Jandaroba minus 140. Yeah, I was very happy with that one. That was kind of one where the read was pretty quick, honestly. I didn't spend a ton of time taping it, but right away, Murata, primary grappler, do you want you? That's not how you beat Jandaroba unless you're fucking Carlos Barza. I think that kind of speaks to Carlos Barza and how good she is, man. But yeah, that's not how you're going to beat Werner Jandaroba, especially if you're undersized. Probably regret only going 2.5, but that's hindsight. Procopio, I already said what I needed to say. Grant via decision plus 500. I thought I got a good number, despite what happened. Under 2.5 rounds. Matt Brown versus Lima, 2 units plus 110. I think I got pretty lucky there, if I'm being honest with you. Would I make that bet again? Probably so in a small cage. But I'd probably need a little bit bigger number because that was kind of a mean finish. Under 1.5 round, Semelsberger, Chaos Williams. Do I regret it? No. Should I have probably took into account Chaos Williams hits really fucking hard, and if he touches Semelsberger in that first round and he doesn't put him out, probably going to be a little gun shy going forward. Probably, but I love violence, and I thought it was going to be violent. Would I bet it again? I'd probably try and take the under 2.5. Under 1.5 was probably a bad bet. Silva versus Glenn. I love that bet. Worked out well. Songwoo Choi, another love. And this one was fucking awful. There was never a chance for a finish in this fight. Never a chance for a finish in this fight based on the pillow fist nature of Sergey Spivak. Okay, next, I want to kind of do looking ahead for next week. I haven't done too much tape next week, but follow me on Twitter at WarriorBetMMA. Next week's going to be fucking – there's a ton of shit going on next week. PFL on Friday, Bellator on Friday. We got Cage Warriors Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And then we have UFC Saturday, BKFC, I believe is Saturday as well. And we got some really good fights on BKFC. A lot of the times don't really have any official bets on BKFC, but I have had 3 official bets on BKFC in the last year, I believe. And I think we're going to sniff out an official bet for this weekend's BKFC. I believe there's 3 titles on the line. It's a really good card. If you've never watched BKFC, I recommend you do. That's Saturday, along with the UFC. And then there's Submission Underground on Sunday. So crazy fucking weekend. I just wanted to quickly try to talk about a few spots upcoming this week. Kayla Harrison, Cindy Dandois, we're probably going to get an under 1.5. Dandois hasn't been finished since 2012, but Harrison's a different animal, guys. I think under 1.5 is probably going to be pretty juiced. Harrison inside the distance probably going to be pretty juiced. And the fucking props are probably going to come out the day of because it's fucking bullshit. Bet Online and Bovada. Just complete garbage. Bet Online's cool, but it just pisses me off. Pettis versus Monfils. Honestly, Pettis is probably going to be like minus 300. Don't have a strong lean in that fight. Would I want to bet Pettis at minus 300? Probably fucking not. Lance Palmer needs a finish to get in the playoffs. He needs an early finish versus Mavlid Kabilayev to get in the playoffs. It ain't going to happen. It's that simple, guys. I thought he was mentally broken in that last fight. Pre-fight, nothing even happened. The dude was already mentally broken. He needs an early finish, round 1, to get in the playoffs. Not going to happen. Mavli Kabilov is one of the best 145ers outside the UFC. Really high on him. As far as betting line, I think we're probably going to see Mavli as a favorite here, guys. I don't think Palmer's usual game plan style is going to work versus Mavlid. Mavlid is an animal in all areas. So I think we're going to see Mavlid as a favorite, and I think rightfully so. I think I like Mavlid in that fight. Dennis Goltsov, another fighter I'm very, very high on in the PFL. This guy is one of the best heavyweights out there that no one knows about. I said it last year. Was he in the tournament the year before that? I don't know, but I've been saying it. Dennis Goltsov is a treat, guys. And Brandon Sales looked fucking amazing versus Usman's brother last month. So watch out. This is going to be a sick fight. Goltsov is probably going to be around minus 250 or so. I like that. I think he's too fast, too long, too technical, too diverse for Brandon Sales. But nonetheless, that's going to be a sick fight. Bruno Capilloza coming off a huge upset win. I forgot who the fuck he knocked out, but he knocked him out in like 30 seconds versus Mo Darius. I don't know. I don't have a strong lean in this fight. Larissa Pacheco versus Helena Kolesnik. Helena looked fucking awful, dude, in her first fight. Pacheco is the best 155er beside, not named Kayla Harrison in this whole fucking tournament. The last 3 years, she's been the best 155er in this whole PFL shit. She's going to finish Helena. Look for the under 2.5. Pacheco inside the distance. Anti-Delia versus Chandler Cole. Don't know much about Chandler Cole. I have to do some research. Jenna Fabian versus Julija Pajic. Pajic got finished by Pacheco in the first 30 seconds. Fabian looked awful versus Laura Sanchez in her first fight. I bet Fabian there. Very unimpressed, very gun-shy. I don't know what they're going to do with the betting line here. Pajic has faced really bad competition. Fabian, not what I thought she was. I don't know what to think about this one. Henan Ferreira, the fucking cheater, versus Stuart Austin. I need to do my research on this guy, but a heavyweight from the UK, Ireland, against Ferreira is probably going to be the underdog. Taylor Gordado versus Laura Sanchez. This is a shit show fight. I had Gordado. And her PFL debut. Laura Sanchez is huge, man. Laura Sanchez is 6 foot compared to 5'6" of Taylor. I think it's going to be hard for Taylor to take down Laura Sanchez, and I think she's going to get fucked up on the feet. If Laura Sanchez could just let go, she was so hesitant versus Jenna Fabian. I think she could have easily beat Jenna Fabian. She refused to pull the trigger. I think they're going to make Guardado the favorite, rightfully so, based on that wrestling. But look for Laura Sanchez as the underdog. Caitlin Young versus Marina Morias. I don't have a lean. Clifton Abreu versus Jamel Jones. Jamel Jones is, I believe he had some very good collegiate wrestling accolades on paper, very good wrestler. I don't really have a strong read in this fight. But let's go to Bellator real quick. Maybe can sniff a few things out over there. Just doing like quick preview, maybe giving you guys some leans that I have. There's not many right now. I need to do some taping for sure. Bellator 261 on Friday. Tim Johnson versus Valentin Moldavsky. Damn, I can't fucking say that. Valentin. They're going to make Valentin the favorite, rightfully so. But I don't think his usual wrestling is going to be that easy against Tim Johnson. But got to go with Valentin. Kana Watanabe versus Liz Carmouche. I took an L against Kana with Alejandra Lara a couple months ago. Pretty impressed with the top game and the wrestling of Watanabe, to be honest with you. Not too high on Carmouche at this point. I don't think her usual style, is going to look very comfortable in this fight. I don't know what they're going to do betting line with this one. Anyways, no strong read. Daniel White versus Kiana Diggs. That's a sick fight. Diggs comes to fight. Damn, I don't have any fucking reads in this one either, guys. This was certainly a bust. Let's go to the UFC card. Let's see if we can find something on the UFC Fight Night, Gane versus Volkov. Maybe I can give you some violence pre-fight leans. It's probably all I'm good for at this point. It's probably going to be a point fighting kickboxing match. Ovin St. Preux versus Tanner Boser. When did that fight get made? I don't know. Ovin St. Preux, man, at this point, what the fuck? What are you supposed to do with Ovin St. Preux besides not bet him? Weird fight. Danilo Marquez, Kennedy, and Zechiku. Did that fight just get made too? That's weird. Nicholas Dalby, Tim Means, Andre Fili, Daniel Pineda, Renato Moicano, Jay Herbert. I have absolutely nothing to give you guys. I had an official bet. Medeiros versus Hatchevich in their first fight. That fight doesn't go to decision in that one. Or under 2.5, whatever it was. Yeah, I have nothing, guys. I need a fucking tape. Anyways, that was the recap. Not much to give you guys as far as leans are concerned. Sorry, good for nothing. Anyways, follow me on Twitter at WarriorBetMMA and go to WarriorBetMMA.com for all my official bets. Have had a really good last 2 months. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Weekly free content should be getting pumped out regularly from here on out. I got a lot of time on my hands. If you don't like my fucking videos, if you don't like me, that's fine. Just subscribe and watch anyway. Dislike, that's fine. I don't care. That's fine. Do what you got to do. But anyways, that's it. I'm out, guys.